Maybe your life feels completely chaotic right now. You've got so much noise from social media, from friends, from, family. Maybe you're a yes man. You're always willing to drop everything. You take on too much and you feel so much pressure, but you don't even know who you are. You can't figure out where you want to go in life, and you can't even get the clarity because there's so much noise in your life. And in a day and age when it's tougher than ever to have clarity of mind, I am going to help you today, bro. The easy way to protect your peace. Now, I was in combat in the Marines. You guys watch my channel, I went in when I was 19 years old, straight out of high school. And talk about a chaotic environment. I was in combat. It was crazy. When I got out, I just wanted to have peace in my life. And so I was in a relationship, a girl that I was with. We ended up moving in together after only dating for 4 months, lived together for 2 years, and it was a chaotic relationship, very, very toxic. And I realized that I just really wanted to have someone, even though it was so chaotic, so stressful, gave me so much anxiety. I remember we had so many fights that I used to sleep on my right side facing the opposite direction. I ended up having shoulder issues because I was putting so much pressure on my right shoulder, sleeping the opposite direction of my ex. And I still had shoulder issues for at least a year after we broke up. And we did finally break up, but so much abuse in that relationship. It was very codependent, very toxic. And when I got out of the relationship, I lived by myself, still live by myself, and I really value my peace. And it's very, very important where your energy goes, because you only have so much energy, you only have so much time, and you have to protect it at all costs. So this is how I did it and how you can too. The first step that I want you to do is I want you to put your phone on D&D. Put your phone on D&D and go sit down somewhere quiet in your home and just think. Just think. Turn all the social media notifications off, all the push notifications, mute everything, and just go sit in silence, in solitude, and just think. Think about your life. Think about where you spend your time, who you talk to. I want you to list out the 3 people that you spend the most time with or talk to. And I want you to do a pro and con list if that person's adding value to your life. I want you to audit your whole circle. And then I want you to go purge your social media. What are you following? The news? Get rid of the news from your phone. All the notifications. Stop watching the news. Stop being around people who always have drama going on in their life. And don't let everyone have access to you. Don't let everyone have access to you. But I think this journaling exercise in solitude will give you the clarity. Now, it might take some time getting used to it, but you should do it. I spend a lot of time driving in the car without music, going on walks, in the sauna, meditating, just making sure that I'm living my life in alignment. Who I'm spending my time with, what I'm doing with my time, and the path that I'm heading on. And there's so much noise everywhere from social media. I actually, about a year ago, I purged my YouTube subscriptions, all my Instagram following, and it was so worth it. Now, it took me a while, but I was able to do it over the course of a few weeks, just taking time to just go through and unfollow things that don't make me feel good about myself, that make me feel lesser of a person, that makes me feel less behind, or that makes me feel more behind. Just drama, distractions. And right now on my YouTube subscriptions, I'm only subscribed to stuff for the most part that truly resonates with me. And I see some people, they're following like so many accounts on Instagram, thousands of accounts. And it's like, what are we doing? You're just letting too much in to your space. And it's very, very important. So audit your circle. Audit your circle of the 3 to 5 people you spend the most time with and talk to. Are they energy vampires, or do they add life to you? Or is it like a is it like a battery that charges you up, or does it drain you? Some people are energy vampires, toxic people, drama, always complaining about the problems that they have, but never actually taking action to do anything about it. Gossiping, this kind of stuff. We want to stay away from people like that. And it might be tough because there might be some people that you're thinking of right now that, yeah, maybe you should cut that person out. Maybe you should, or at least take some distance, right? And I want you to, when you audit your circle, your entire circle, I want you to eliminate anything and anyone that's not adding value to your life. The news, friends, family, anything, it doesn't matter. If it's not helping you grow as a person, you don't have any room for it, okay? Because if you're watching this, you might be in your 20s or 30s, and these are critical years for you to lock in. Enjoy your life, enjoy the journey, have fun, but lock in. And you don't need to be dealing with any bullshit in your life. Like, especially if you're trying to live a life like most people aren't, you're the exception. And you're going to have to, the more you climb in status, the more you climb on the ladder of success, a lot of people aren't going to be able to come with you because they're not going to understand, and you're not going to have time for that bullshit, okay? Also want you to practice saying no to things more, right? Protecting your time and your energy, right? Practice saying no to things that you don't want to do. If it doesn't align with you, if your intuition kind of feels like, oh, the friends want me to go to this party or go to this late show or whatever, I don't really feel like it, then don't. A true friend is going to understand and support you. And that's all there is to it, okay? And just say no to things. Practice saying no. If you're a people pleaser, if you're a yes man, like I used to be, I had a hard time because I feel like I was letting someone down. But if it doesn't align with you, then don't do it. Only do things that you want to do. And, like I said, very crucial to purge your social media following. Very, very crucial. But also, I'm curious, type in the comments the platform that you spend the most time on, because I'm really curious to know if it's like TikTok, if it's Instagram or YouTube or whatever. But also, too, I created a 40-minute free training. If you're struggling with confidence, trying to figure out your purpose, if you're struggling with vices, if you're struggling with, trying to attract beautiful women, the link is in the description. Check it out. Like I said, it's free, and let's keep it moving. But at the end of the day, you have to prioritize your needs first, right? If you don't prioritize your needs first, then other people will take advantage of you. They'll walk on you. And, this is kind of a cynical way to look at life, but it's true. Most people really only care about themselves. That's the brutal truth. Most people really only care about themselves, and there's a lot of people with hidden agendas. And you've got to prioritize your needs first. What's best for you? I don't know. Only you can decide what's best for you. So I think it's an important thought exercise for you to think about, what is important to me? What do I value, and where am I heading? And you got to understand what your needs are first, right? So I think this would be important. You need to have quality sleep. You need to be in shape. You need to feel good. You need to feel like you don't have as much drama in your life. Like whatever those needs are, you need to feel happy, maybe, not feel drained, right? These are really important. And I encourage you guys to meditate and spend time in solitude and reflection, because you're going to get a lot of clarity. It's when you can get rid of the noise and you can actually just be in your own energy and your own thoughts, and observe the thoughts and reflect. Observe the thoughts without judgment, but also just reflecting and thinking about your life and making sure that you're always staying in alignment. Are you heading in the direction that you want, or are you off track? Are there some areas that need work that don't? Right? I think being in alignment and always feeling like you're in alignment is what will bring you peace, right? When you feel like you're in alignment with your mission in life and your purpose. When you're living life on your terms. Protecting your peace. That's what protecting your peace is doing what the hell you want to do when you do it. And if I want to keep my phone on Do Not Disturb all day, then I fucking will. And I actually have a really bad habit of this. I'm actually starting a new job recently, and it's outside sales, and I've been primarily working remote sales for the past almost 4 years. And I've gotten really used to keeping my phone on D&D. Okay. Well, because I would mainly use my work computer to call, but I'm going to have to change that habit of having my phone on do not disturb because I get missed calls. But I think, having a schedule on your phone, like a D&D setting for certain times, like maybe you have your phone on D&D, from like 9 p.m. until, 6 a.m. or something like that, right? Like there is no shot. I don't even remember the last time that I went to bed and my phone was not on D&D. Like there is no way I would do that. So if somebody calls me in the middle of the night, they ain't getting me. Because one of my needs is getting sleep. And you have to have boundaries, right? That's very, very important with protecting your peace, is having boundaries. So you have to know what your needs are and then draw those boundaries. And people will accept it. If they don't, then that's their problem, right? At the end of the day. You are the architect of your life, right? You have to design your life how you want. It's up to you to design it how you want. You can design your life however you want. You are the architect. It's your life story. You write whatever story you want and do whatever you want. But I'm telling you guys, the first step is like clearing out all the noise and all the clutter, all the distractions, the porn, the social media, the push notifications, never utilizing D&D, having people in your life that are kind of negative and drama and gossiping and all this bullshit, the news and notification after, all this stuff, man. It's draining and it will suck the life out of you. Doing things that you don't feel like doing, but just trying to save face, like fuck that shit, dude. Don't do it. You don't want to do it. Life is way too short. I wish I would have done that earlier. And even this girl that I dated, I did so many things that I didn't want to do. And you know what happened is I built up so much resentment for this woman after the 2 years that we were together. But, I actually built up the resentment for myself. It was sort of a scapegoat to say that I built up the resentment for her, but it was really resentment for myself when I reflected back on it, because I didn't have boundaries. I let her walk all over me. I kind of was just a yes man, went with the flow, and I had zero masculine frame, because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what my needs were. I didn't know what I truly valued. And if you don't identify these things, then that's what will happen. That's what will continue happening. And that's why you have to clear the noise first from your life, all the clutter and distractions, to get that clarity. And then you're like, fuck, I don't want this person in my life. Like, I've been thinking about the relationship, writing about the friendship and relationship. This doesn't serve me. You do a pro and con list. You're like, what the fuck are we doing here? You know what I mean? So, but anyway, at the end of the day, you only have so much time and energy. Be very conservative of where it goes, right? Your time and energy are the two most precious things you have. They're sacred. Guard them at all costs. Like the video if it resonated. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys are going through. I always like to see what you guys are going through. It helps me make better content for you. Subscribe, of course, if you're not already. And share with a friend who needs to protect their peace. This is the easiest way. I'm telling you right now. This is the easiest way. We're at about 14 minutes here. Okay? Easiest way possible. And if you're truly serious about leveling up in your life and you want that help, like if you actually want to make a change, bro, if you literally want to make a change, if you're fed up with where you are, if you're tired of the excuses, you want more confidence, you're lost, you are addicted to the vape and the vices and the porn, and you're struggling, like just trying to find your way, but you want more for yourself, I got a free training for you. It's a 40-minute free training. Link is in the description. Check it out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.